Sorry for that, my microphone was up. Anyway, any hoozles, welcome back to episode 2, part 2. We will talk about dialogue and how to describe appearance that will grasp your reader's imagination to draw them in their minds. Oh, and a side dish of scene description. Dialogue is the hardest part for me, mainly because, well, I'm a high-functioning autistic. Talking is somewhat harder for me, and my voice will sometimes drift off as I become consumed in deep thought. Or I may just be too erratic to actually talk and I will just fuck my partner silly. If they'll let me, of course. They usually do. Any hoozles, back on track. To describe dialogue, I've broken it down into steps. Well, not really steps, just more little tips and tricks easily shown. Pause now to open your word processing program or grab your pencil and paper. After it's open, resume the video and have a go, following my tips. You done? You still watching? Fucking open this shit. No, I'm joking. Write what you want to get across. Example, going left is a good idea. It's not really grasping, is it? It's somewhat 4th year level of writing in autism. Then, break it down into an abstract phrase. Going left is a good idea. Is your character agreeing with someone? Arguing? Or is he/she trying to vocalize his or her thoughts? For the sake of time, I will use are agreeing as an example. As Alec glared at the options in front of him, he peered back to Danielle and Vladimir. I think we should go right, I think we should go right, Danielle squeaked through her pain. Alec's eyes were now set on Vladimir. Left. I could smell the fresh air. He turned back towards the tunnels in front of him. The dirt crushed and crackled beneath his feet. Vladimir, I like your idea. Let's go. Pretty fucking simple, eh? Well, let's continue on with a quick edit. Now, that is in that very short scene, I described the scenario. He is trapped in some sort of maze, with 2 options in front of him. Subterranean because Vladimir preached he could smell fresh air. The dirt was beneath his feet dry and dusty. The dialogue wasn't any good, so let's revamp it up. As Alec glared at the options in front of him, he peered back to Danielle and Vladimir. I think we should go right, Danielle mumbled through in a somber tone, accompanied with her pain. Alec's eyes were now set on Vladimir. His evil voice was outmatched by the sincerity that echoed through the cavernous walls. Left, I can smell the foul, fresh air. Alec turned back towards the tunnels in front of him. The dirt crushed and crackled beneath his feet. After a moment of silence, with a painful frown, he spoke up. It pained him to agree with his polar opposite. Vladimir, I like your idea. Let's go. You have to describe tones, the emotion, and the facial expressions with subtlety. Let us move on to character descriptions. This probably will be very short here. Just follow through with what I'm reading, alright? The pale-skinned man, with eyes as green as the leaves on a distant tree. His black, messy hair rested lazily on his brow. His sinister grin matched the graveyard he had just made with the corpses of the demons that had fallen to his mace. His clothes and armor were rugged and rusty, lazed contently over his bony structure. His slim jawline and ferocious grin pulled at his glorious goatee, and showed that he was out for blood. The blood of these beasts, the blood of the enemy. Right there, I have described his skin color, his eye color, his hair and how it looked. The fact that it was resting on a specific place. That he was smiling. That he was standing in a graveyard with many corpses. The fact that he was holding his mace. I described his armor as rugged and rusty, as in the clothing was rugged, the armor was rusty. And it sat contently over his bony structure, which says that he had a very slim structure. Obviously, this is very simple to understand, but I'm just explaining it for the younger viewers. He wore a ferocious grin, which means that he was probably in a blood rage or a battle high, as I like to call it. And they described that he had a glorious, sexy goatee, like Vladimir. And showed that he was out for blood. That says a bit of the motive subtly. Sorry, can't English tonight. he was out for blood, the blood of these beasts, the blood of the enemy. And with that subtle tone, the blood of these beasts, it said that it was referring to the demons that were on the ground, which said they had a very beast-like thing. So basically whatever the viewer views is what the beast is. And the blood of the enemy, clearly stating that he wanted them dead. Fuck, gotta cut it short here, guys. Just try to pull the video apart. Part 3, anyone? Like the video because I'm an attention whore, blah 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 blah, money whore, whatever. I don't even monetize my videos. Anyway, guys, I'll see you later. Do whatever you want. If you want something in detail described, comment below. I'll try my best. Fucking hell.